We're right outside the Senate chamber on day 8 of the Schumer shutdown, in which Chuck Schumer once again stands on the Senate floor bloviating and doing absolutely nothing to reopen our government. He talks about health care, and he says that this is a fight about health care. And yet, since Obamacare passed back in 2010, health care premiums have risen by over 60% nationwide. If Obamacare was so affordable, then why is it that you need subsidies to help people purchase their health care plans? The fact is that Chuck Schumer has done absolutely nothing to ensure that health care is more affordable for Americans, and in fact, his policies and his decisions have made it worse. Moreover, Chuck Schumer is standing on the floor, stopping a clean CR from passing. A clean CR that he has always supported and in fact 13 times voted to pass when Joe Biden was president. Chuck Schumer pounded his fists, he stomped his feet, he said we must keep the government open. We cannot use extraneous policy matters to hold the American people hostage. And yet that is precisely what Chuck Schumer is doing today. Why? Because Chuck Schumer is the biggest schmuck in Washington.
Hey YouTube, get ready for the most epic political smackdown of 2025. Representative Mike Lawler just obliterated House Minority Leader HAKEEM Jeffries in a hallway showdown that went viral instantly. Jeffries tried to block ACA subsidies, but Lawler shut him down at every turn. Why don't we sign on right now? Lawler asked, and Jeffries, he melted down screaming, keep your mouth shut. But Lawler stayed cool, dropping facts like, I voted for the largest tax cut in history. By the end, Jeffries was owned, embarrassed, and left wondering what hit him. This is must-watch footage. Hit like, subscribe, and let's talk. Who won this battle? Comment below. Stay tuned for more political fireworks.
Did you get permission from your boss?
Why don't we sign on right now?
Did your boss, Donald Trump?
You can easily extend the ACA
Did your
right
boss,
now.
Donald Trump,
He's
give
not
you
my
permission?
boss.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And by the way,
So let me ask you a
why
question.
did you vote to
Let me
shut
ask
the
you a
government
question.
down?
You
Why
know
did
I
you vote to
didn't-
shut
Let
it
me
down?
ask you a question.
For years, you always lectured about how we need to keep the government open.
You're making a show of this to
No,
make
it's
yourself
sad.
relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on to
You're
this.
embarrassing yourself
You could
right
sign
now.
on to this. The only
You're
embarrassment
chasing
here is
clout.
you.
You're an embarrassment.
You could sign on to the bill.
Let me ask you a question.
You have 4 Democrats on here.
Let me
Why
ask you a
won't you
question.
sign on
Let me ask
to
you a
it?
question.
It's a
Let
clean
me ask you
extension
a
for 1
question.
year.
You voted for the one thing
Clean
ugly bill,
extension.
correct?
I voted for a
The
tax cut
largest-
bill that gave
the
the largest
largest
tax
cut-
cut
the
to
largest-
Americans in history,
the
including, by
largest-
the way, the average New Yorker getting a $4,000 tax cut. Are you against that?
You're embarrassing
Do you
yourself right
you want
now.
to cut the standard deduction in
The
half? Is that what
largest
you
cut
wanted
to
to do?
Medicaid in
No, we
American
rooted out
history. You voted
waste,
for that.
fraud, and abuse, by the
You
way.
voted
Tom DiNapoli, the
for a
Democratic
permanent-
controller of New York,
Let me ask you a question.
pointed out that $1.2 billion
If you're
were
gonna-
wasted.
Listen, you're not going to talk. You're not going to talk to me.
Wasted
You're not
on
going to talk to me
fraud
and talk
and
over
non-New
me
York residents
because you don't
getting
want to
paid.
hear what I have to say.
Oh, I'm listening.
So why
Go
don't you
ahead.
just keep your mouth shut?
Oh,
because you
is
showed
that-
up.
is that the way to
you
talk?
showed up. You showed up.
Yeah.
And so you voted for this one
I
big ugly
signed on
bill.
to this. You can extend it right
A
now.
permanent extension of massive tax breaks for your billionaire donors.
So 90% of
So
Americans.
they can get a permanent extension.
90% of Americans
but working
take the
class
standard
Americans
deduction.
can't? Is that right?
90% of Americans take the standard deduction.
Is that
right?
right?
If you had your way, the standard deduction would have been cut in half. That
No
would have been a
one-
massive tax increase
no one-
on Americans all across the country.
You're
You support
here,
that?
unfortunately.
You're against
to do
lifting the cap on
bidding
salt?
Of your billionaire donors.
The
That's
billionaire
unfortunate.
donors lifting the
That's
cap on
correct.
salt. We put a income cap in place.
Why are you here right now?
An income
Where are the
cap.
re- where are
Well,
the rest
didn't
of
you
your
want all
Republican
Republicans
colleagues?
to be here?
Where are
I'm
the
here.
rest? Where are the rest of your Republican
You wanted
colleagues?
Republicans to be here. I'm here.
Why are you
And by
here?
the way,
Why-
you can
Why-
pass an ACA extension right now. Sign
your
on to this
boss-
bill.
Did your boss
sign
Donald
on
Trump-
to the bill?
Is your boss Donald Trump behind that yet?
HR 5145. Why don't you get on it?
Mike, is your boss Donald Trump behind that?
Why
yet?
won't you get on it?
Because you don't work for the American people.
Oh, I do. I
You
work
don't
for the
in
people of New
the
York. I
congressional
work for the
district.
people of my district.
Is that why you? Is that
I'm
why
here.
You got 140.
And by the way, I voted
people
for
on
a
Medicaid.
clean CR to keep the government open
Mike,
and funded.
you're-
You voted to shut it
You're
down.
embarrassing yourself right now.
Yeah, leader, with all due
Well, as we
respect,
would say
you're
back
the
in the-
one,
why are you playing yourself?
you're the one
Why are you
who
playing
actually
yourself with
voted
these
to shut
theatrics?
the government down.
Actually, you
It's
know
sad.
that's not true.
It's sad. You voted to shut the government down.
Do Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the President?
Right, and
correct?
you're smart enough to know
that
that you
right?
need 60 votes in the Senate,
Is
right?
that right? No.
Do you need 60 votes in the Senate
Were
or no?
60 votes needed to pass your one big ugly bill?
Reconciliation, which you
Was
did with
six-
the IRA,
was 60
boy, that really reduced inflation.
Are you
did a
trying to
great job
elevate
there.
yourself because you're afraid
I'm not
you're
trying to
about lose
elevate myself.
re-election?
No, I'm not going to lose
Let me ask you a
re-election. You
question.
spent $42 million last cycle. You didn't do that great.
Why aren't you running for governor right now?
Because I actually enjoy this job, and I'm here to do it. And by the way, you could actually pass
enjoy being a
a
lackey for
subsidy
Donald
right
Trump?
now
Is that
to
right?
ensure that people don't have health care premiums going up. Why won't you support this one-year
Let
bill?
me ask you a question.
Tom Swazi's on it, Jared Golden,
Let me ask you a question.
Marie Blusenkamp-Perez. Are they wrong? Don Davis?
Your other boss,
Are they wrong?
Your other boss, Mike Johnson. I challenged him to a debate
Yeah.
on the floor. Did he send you?
No, I'm here on
his
my
behalf,
behalf
'cause
of
he's
my
afraid to
constituents,
debate, is
because
that
you
right?
shut the government down. And my constituents are suffering as a result of your ridiculous ploy, because you're so afraid of Zohran Mandami. By the way, when are you endorsing him?
By the way,
do you endorse him for mayor?
First of all, are
Are you going to endorse him for mayor?
Listen, you're a complete and total embarrassment right now.
Oh, why is that? Because you don't want to answer the question?
Is this supposed to be a video for your failed
You don't want
re-election?
to. You don't want to answer the question. Do you support Zohran? By the way, did you see his
Listen.
statement yesterday?
Listen.
An embarrassment on October 7th, blaming the Jews. You support that? Should he be the Democratic nominee for mayor?
First of all, I don't answer to you. You
Should
don't
he be
even
the Democratic
answer to
mayor?
yourself.
Should he be the
You don't
Democratic
even-
nominee
I'll
for
answer
mayor?
whatever questions I need to answer about
Okay,
the
so
mayor's
you think
race,
his statement
about the
yesterday was okay?
First of all,
All right. That's sad.
First of all,
It's unfortunate.
don't come with this phony
These are bills.
bill. No.
These are bills. They're not phony.
It's
They're
not
real
a bill
bills.
that Republicans are even prepared to bring to the floor.
There's 11 Republicans on it. There's 4 Democrats. It's a bipartisan bill to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies. If you believe in it so
do you
so
understand
much,
math?
why won't you sign on
Do
to
you
it?
understand math?
You could get your whole conference to
You
sign
have
on
there are
today.
220
Your whole conference could sign on to
There
this.
are 220 Republicans
Right.
in the House right now.
You have
You come to a
215
bill with me
Democrats.
with 11?
You have 215
Is that right?
Democrats. Well, how many votes does it take in the House?
Are you-
218.
Are you mathematically challenged, bro?
No, I think you are. You have 215 Democrats. You could all sign on to this
Do
today
me a
with
favor.
11 Republicans.
Do
It'd
me
be
a
great.
favor.
It'd be
I've
great.
indulged you. I've given you your 15
You
minutes
haven't
of
you haven't
fame.
answered any of the questions.
You're a
but sure.
complete and total embarrassment.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing yourself in your district right now, and you're going down to defeat
I
next
know.
year.
With all due respect, you voted multiple times to keep the government shut down, okay? The Republican members from Arizona voted to keep the government open. So don't sit here and try to lecture us about whether or not we did our job. We did our job. You did not.
Well, you're not doing your job right now.
Oh, you mean the bill that I'm signed on to extend it? Oh, yeah, cute, right, because you know what? We actually have put forth legislation to do it. You guys just keep pontificating. How about you go down the hall and go vote to open the government up? That would be great.
All right,
Here's the clean CR. Go vote to open the government up.
This is-
Thank you very much.
we're going to have lots
By the
of.
way-
wait a minute.
Mike, if you bring them back, we will have a discussion with them. It's very simple.
You're holding the American people hostage because you're going to have a
Yes, you
policy
are.
debate.
Yes, you
We
are,
have
sir.
policy debates here every
This
day.
is
The House
policy
works on
debate.
that.
There's
There's no possibility nobody's there.
We
You're talking
have
to
to-
yourself.
Hello,
This
I'm
guy
here.
My,
We're having the debate
my
all around
constituents
the
and
clock.
yours, I imagine yours are going to be hurt even worse than ours
We-
with these premium increases.
We have a lot of
We have
issues to
fix
work on
it.
together,
When
and the
people-
Republicans
when
are the
people don't have
party.
healthcare,
Wait a minute, wait just a
people
minute.
the party's going to kill healthcare.
But
No,
by
that's
the
exactly
way,
what's
by the way,
happening.
healthcare premiums since 2010, when Obamacare passed, have risen by over 60%. So what
Who's
you're,
that?
what
So
you're,
you want to cut now? You want to cut now?
You're not upset
We
about
want to
that?
reform
You
it.
should be upset about that.
This fight is not about what Speaker Johnson or Republicans want to make this Trump shutdown and this fight about. It's not about Chuck Schumer, and it's not about HAKEEM Jeffries. It's about the American people. Democrats are fighting for you, the American people. Working class Americans, everyday Americans, and middle class Americans. That's what this fight is all about. People who have been suffering under the extremism of Trump and Republican policies, hurting everyday Americans to reward their billionaire donors.
Loves me some Puerto Rican. I felt Puerto Rican in this. Rican. Whoa.
Beady, 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 beady.